You win the game.
All right. Game's over.
Game over. Yeah, this is your late night. Late night stream.
There we go.
All right.
With
So,
soothing sounds from Chris.
oh yeah. Everybody grab a pencil. And everybody grab 4 dice. Well, not Philip, because he's already got 4 dice out of here. Here, I'm going to pass Jason one in case he wants to participate.
4?
And just, like, go along with us. Yes,
4.
4.
Better participate.
No fewer. No more.
No more, no less.
What if I
4 shall
want
be the
5?
number of the dice, and the number of the dice shall be 4.
All right, I'm going to turn on that mic, Jason, so if you want to chat and hang out.
Testing 1, 2.
Oh, okay. And
This
then,
this close?
yeah, as long as that's what the headphones are for, so you can, if you can hear yourself, you're good.
All right.
That one, hear me.
Can we,
Oops, already
can we
gone.
do like the Ace Ventura?
There. So one's more. This is your actual character sheet, but the other one's kind of to help you do.
Idea sheet.
Yeah, it's to kind of get you to where filling this part out. Especially this is my first time doing it, so.
Make us write twice as much.
All right, King Freakazoid's making a character with us.
All right.
So I believe if you look up fake character sheets, you can find the PDFs for these. They're all online for free.
I've already got my
there's-
character name
there's
is Visker.
Of the noble house.
The noble house of warlocks Visker.
Philip, you can grab, or Jason, you can grab that chair over there. Since Philip's going to take like the giant chair.
That's right. You're going that way. There we go.
Okay. So Fate is it's more of a storytelling game than it is a straight up RPG. It's all about telling like a really awesome story. So in this, there are different. This is a generic game that you can use to do all sorts of different things. I looked up some basics, but I couldn't find a setting I 100% liked, and I was doing a lot of this was planning from my parents' house, reading through all the stuff I had on my phone. So, so it's more of what kind of game would you like to play? I had my tendency was to go more sci-fi. I had some ideas of like maybe one of the things I saw was like the one I sent was the it was basically King Arthur in space with giant robots, but the rules got a little bit more complicated than I was willing to spend time investing in.
How about
Space.
we're a military team that travels through a giant stone circle to other worlds to keep the peace in the universe?
That sounds familiar.
A little bit
I
familiar.
don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Are you wanting to play Stargate?
Sounds pretty
we
unique.
could we could play Star. Does everybody here know the Stargate universe?
Meh.
Have you ever heard? Have you ever
Yeah.
watched a show of Stargate?
Yes.
Okay, good enough.
All right.
Okay, good enough.
Well, this will actually make the first part.
It's a gate ship. It's a ship.
Ship flies
Goes
through the gate.
Pinch.
All right, so this is actually going to help things out because the first thing you're going to do is Fate is designed around something called aspects. And you're going to have a whole bunch of aspects that define your character.
Gotta enunciate those T's, otherwise you're saying something entirely
Oh,
different.
yeah.
Aspects.
Pecs on my ass. All right, so
If you got it, flaunt it.
aspects are like short phrases that describe your character. Those of you that have ever played Overwatch, I've heard somebody describe them as when your Overwatch character does its ultimate, the things they shout, those are aspects. So like justice reigns from above, or just random things.
Who's Justice?
Wouldn't you like to know? So
She's not blind. She's cross-eyed.
So aspects are just short phrases that define your character. So the first aspect you're going to do is the high concept of your character. Like, what is the short fragment that defines what your character is? And the Stargate reference kind of helps frame that because you know you're like one of a few archetypes thing.
Mhm.
So Philip, what is your high concept for your character?
Teal'c.
Teal'c?
So I'm
So if you're wanting to play, are you wanting to play?
I'm trying to. He's.
Are we
I'm a-
Are we gonna go a similar backstory?
Yeah, similar backstory. So I'm a traitor to my god who now fights with his enemies.
His aspect could be former First Prime would be his high concept.
Yeah.
It tells you like everything you need to know. Former First Prime of insert system lord.
Oz.
Oz.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
So yeah, your high concept's going to be former First Prime of Oz. Sure. So yeah, it tells you everything you need to know. It says that he was. It gives him he's human. He's a Jaffa, or like humanoid. Humanoid. He was a Jaffa, betrayed or turned against his god. And is now a traitor basically. It kind of tells you everything you need to know, right there in right there. Compacted into that little short sentence. So, Jason,
I'm the new guy that just wants to kill things.
okay. So you could be trigger happy newbie.
Trigger happy newbie.
Saw an ad in the break room for help wanted killing aliens. So I was
Yep.
like, yeah, right here, dude.
All right. So Judith, what kind of character are you wanting to be?
More on the science side, but gotta make it interesting somehow.
Okay.
Trying to get something really obscure named after them, maybe.
Okay.
Lose
So
its
like a
brand.
determined scientist.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got 12 PhDs, but you earned them all ironically.
Ooh.
Honorary degrees.
Yes. I play a scientist on TV.
I'll come back to you.
Yes.
Ian, what kind of character concept do you like? What just tell me what kind of character you're making. I can help you aspectize it.
We should be the Wormhole Extreme team.
Extreme.
I was kind of thinking like a ex-military wannabe thief. I'm not
Okay. Okay, so like more of like the roguish type. Ex-military wannabe thief.
Looking to make a big haul.
Yep. So like your high concept, it could be looking for the next big score.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would work.
Yep. So fill that in with high concept, and then that just leaves Judith. So we're talking determined scientist.
Or hey, I could go for comic relief and be looking for love in all the wrong places.
In Alderaan places.
I got it. If we're wanting to go comic relief, let's go. Your high concept is what does this button do?
Yes. Yes.
So you're the determined scientist, but you're also aloof.
Mad scientist.
Oh,
Yes.
Judith, that reminds me of BJ's. Andrew and Peter, they ran over to one of those tube stations and asked, "What does this button do?" Right before they started to push it.
So the next big thing you're going to look for, and actually this kind of is Judith's right there, but the next thing is your trouble. Is what's the how is your character getting into trouble?
What does this button do?
Yeah.
I'm the most wanted man in the galaxy.
So yours could be my people. I'm traitor to my people.
My own people want to kill me.
Yeah. So that yours is actually pretty easy. So Jason's the trigger happy newbie. You could be looks before he leaps.
Leaps before he looks.
That's what I meant. Leaps before he looks.
Yeah.
Okay. So we kind of got that a little bit with the what does this button do, but
Phrase it a little better.
I
have a history of blowing things up.
In your face. Just like have like the static hair and
No eyebrows.
no eyebrows. There you go.
Adam Savage. Am I missing an eyebrow?
Yes.
Actually, we're gonna flip yours. Your character idea, we'll say determined mad scientist,
Yes.
and your trouble is what does this button do?
Oh, I'm not
Okay.
gonna push a button. You push a button.
And then what's the how is your character getting into trouble, Ian?
Not too sure. I was half thinking he kind of has butterfingers, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Butterfingers. Okay. Okay.
Maybe not the best thing for a thief, but
Yes.
But the best thing for fate, though.
Mm.
All right, so you could just say Butterfingers. That's easy enough to be an aspect in its own.
yeah, okay. I'll go with it.
All right. And then now it's time to give your character a name. Visker.
Visker. But it's got to be like Teal, because I got to be VISK''R.
Yes, exactly. Okay, now we're gonna like intertwine everybody. This is where the next couple of aspects are gonna be how everybody got to know everybody else. So the next piece, this is in the phase trio piece, but your adventure. The first phase is your character's first true adventure, his first book, episode, case, movie, whatever. You need to think up and write down the basic. So this is a little bit longer than a straight up aspect, but it'll result in an aspect basically
Right.
at the end. The story doesn't need to have a lot of detail. In fact, a fair census work because your fellow players will add in their own details to this past adventure in the next two phases, as you will to them. If you find yourself stuck, look to your character's high concept and trouble. Find a dilemma that has a chance of throwing those ideas into focus. So, like, for instance, something bad happened. What was it? Did it happen to you? What did you do about it? Who stood against you? And how did you win or lose? So, yeah, you're going to do kind of like a small story, not like detailed story, but basically some bullet points about what happened, and it's going to result in results in a aspect like this story, and it could be like I owe this guy everything or something.
Or
So-
I blew up my lab, and now I'm looking to regenerate some cash and maybe find some stuff.
Or you're
and
paying
use it.
off debts.
That, yeah.
Your aspect could be I owe the government money.
Ooh, that's a bad place to be.
I wonder what would happen if I did this. So Jason, what's your character's name?
Tobias Jenkins.
Tobias Jenkins. All right. And Judith, what's your character's name?
Astrid Fitzgerald.
Astrid Fitzgerald. Is it Doctor?
Dude, you got to go with Leroy.
PhD, not MD.
I don't want to. I
okay.
don't want to just go.
But
with,
it's
like,
still a
Leroy
doctor, though.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Do you want a last name?
G.
too?
Roy
You don't
Lankins.
have to.
'Cause Leroy.
It's up to you.
Leroy
Okay.
Gibbs
I-
reminded me of Tobias.
I wasn't very creative. I
Tobias.
just
Tobias.
thought of
yeah.
Alec.
Okay.
TC for nil.
All right. I'm assuming does
How about
Tobias
Alex
have a
Smart?
rank?
Private.
Private.
Alec Smart.
Sure.
That's awesome.
You mean like Alec, smart, or?
No, his last name is Smart.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
He looks smart. Anybody got an idea
he-
or needs a suggestion for the first part for your first adventure?
This is part of the backstory, right?
Yes.
Part of the backstory.
This is the phase 1 your adventure. So just a couple bullet points, and then we'll come up with an aspect for phase 1.
I think mine is, everything was going fine. It was another day just guarding the tunnel. And then these idiot humans came through and told me my god was fake, and I believed them.
Okay.
Dad was a lieutenant colonel. he has the most kills in his little squad, so I have a lot to live up to.
Okay, there you go. There's your aspect. Is I got a
Daddy
lot to live up to.
issues.
Daddy issues.
Oh, there we go. By the way, instead of private, let's go Lieutenant JG, because that makes him even more of the rookie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you hear me, Jason?
Yes,
So
Lieutenant.
we're gonna go officer instead of
The lowest
enlisted.
Of the low.
The lowest of low.
Okay.
Well, just because it gives you that that like the rookie like, yeah, I'm here to blow stuff up,
All right.
yeah, but I don't have any experience yet.
Let's go get some experience.
All right.
You're the lowest of the low, man. Yeah, I'm his box boy.
For instance, for your thing is my entire life is a lie, or was a lie.
Was a lie. Is a lie. I mean, I'm
was,
living it.
was a lie.
Or are you?
And then we came up with what?
Or am I?
Is you?
Or are you what? I'm confused.
Am I even living?
Oh my god. And then we came up with yours with like I owe the government. And then so what's your character's first adventure? How do they get started on this path?
Everything is made up. My life doesn't matter.
Well, I was doing some nice governmental research, all funded and everything, and kind of blew it up.
Okay. So Ian,
Still not
how
sure
did
how it
how did
happened.
Alex Smart get started?
It's probably from his last tour where his unit kind of got gypped, and their pay, their support all just got left to the bits, and he didn't get anything aside from what he could take away.
Okay.
It's like a soul survivor thing, or
Not exactly, but like some of the guys in his unit, and then so he
So
had he had a few more people who wanted to join him, but he didn't have much support from his commander.
So an idea for aspect is I've seen some shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that would be a way of tying in everything like that into an aspect here. So you can
Okay.
you can bulletize what you were talking about here, but then the aspect that I just said, that's where and
His
feel-
one aspect.
yes.
Seen some shit.
Yeah. And then the other bullet points is so when somebody else asks, because they're going to need to pull in on some of those as well. All right. So in the next two phases, you're going to tie that. We're going to tie everyone together. So all right.
What kind of game are you running?
Huh? So basically, we're gonna go.
You got it.
We're going to go to the left on this one. And basically, you're going
Democrat?
to... No.
Okay.
The person on your left,
Leading left.
you basically get to be a supporting role to that person's as well. Your character has so your character has a supporting role in his story, and then on and on and on around. So either you can complicate the previous part of an adventure, or you can solve a situation, or you can complicate and solving it. So, for instance, one of the things in here is where the guy tells another one his story, and she takes pity on him and helps him to recover his lost sword, and the aspect is a sucker for a sob story. So, so how does your character tie in with Tobias's story?
I keep pulling his scrawny ass out of trouble.
Okay. So on his first mission, so was he?
And his second
was
mission.
he in the?
And his third mission.
So was he? Was he a part of the? Was he a part of the Earth group that came, the Earth Force that came and set you free, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
Set your mind free, man.
And ever since then, you've been saving his ass, basically.
All the time. All the time.
I think I would probably have been assigned security for your
Okay.
lab.
So one moment. So
a
we'll say
very
for your
short time.
For a very
aspect
short
is because you don't need to make it. You need to make it not necessarily specific. That the aspect doesn't need to be specific. The aspects need to be somewhat general because you're going to be using those in the story. but we'll
You're
say
supposed to keep tabs on me.
so you basically
Okay.
so
And since you're kind of
And you were off playing Call of Duty, trying to get your KDR up, and the lab blew up.
Right.
so
get
let's
better.
say I'm trying to think of a word for it, but basically you're the oh man.
Guardian.
You're the guardian angel,
Guardian
basically.
angel.
Guardian angel.
I'm the tank.
The tank. Okay. Well, I was thinking more I was thinking more savior kind of bit.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll say for the phase 2 aspect would be guardian angel. All right, and you were talking about security.
I was thinking like I probably held some kind of like security position over her lab that she somehow blew to pieces.
Okay. And how did your character involve himself?
She was my first assignment,
Okay. Okay.
and I blew it. Well, she blew it, but
It really blew.
So your aspect could be making up for previous
Making up- yep,
for
making
previous
up.
mistakes.
yes.
All right. So how did what was your character's name again? Abigail.
Astrid.
Astrid. How did Astrid end up with Alec?
Well, see, I'm a weapons scientist, so I'm always
Okay.
have these contacts in the black market, and you know he's been places, and so
And seen some shit.
and so there might be a little business
So for
connection there.
so for aspects, it could be willing to break the rules.
Yes.
So there you go.
Where we're going, we don't need rules.
All right, and then how do you tie in with Visker?
With who?
With Philip's character.
Um,
Should I call you Dr. Astrid?
Well, Dr.
Or
Fitz-
Dr.
Dr.
Fitzgerald.
Dr. Fitzgerald. Dr. Fitz.
That's a thing now. That's a thing
All
now.
right.
Dr.
Fitz!
Dr. Fitz.
Fitz!
That works.
How did I?
Walk into a lab, an alarm starts going off. Damn it, Fitz!
All right. So you got an alien.
How did you meet up with the
You got the alien.
alien with the
Visker.
savior complex?
Yeah. You remember he was with a. You could also be a part of the group that helped free him from the Gould.
I'm not sure.
That's not trademarked, is it? You don't owe someone a quarter now, do you?
Hmm?
That's not trademarked, is it? You don't owe someone like a quarter now, do you, or something
I
like
mean, I'm not making money off of this.
that? Okay.
Or is he?
Well, if you might be looking for if he knows the location of any relics or something, which you might go off with.
There we go. So, it could be. Hold on.
I mean, he is an alien, so
Yeah. Okay.
that's some pretty cool stuff.
Yes. So you could be that. It could be that you're kind of using him to help you find some new places, basically.
New places,
Some
potentially
new-
valuable stuff.
Some new valuable stuff.
Yeah.
And so your let's see, what's aspect is that I use every resource available to me.
Yeah, fits.
That could be your phase 2 aspect.
No, your Fitz.
Ba-dum-bum.
What'd you say again? Using different.
So I use every resource
I
available.
use every resource available.
Uh-huh.
To my advantage.
That's your phase.
Well, just
Yeah.
all right.
You're
and
a
then the
resourceful bugger.
Yep. And then it's supposed to be phase 3, you go the opposite direction. However, if you think you have a better connection to somebody else story-wise, feel free to go for it. Just everybody needs to have a phase 3 connection as well. That's not the same person. So Philip, you can either choose to have a connection into Alex's story, or is there somebody else that you think? Well, you basically got Judith or Ian basically at this point.
Yeah. Let me. So when I became disenfranchised with my previous life, I vowed to destroy them.
Okay.
And Fitz just walks into a room and stuff breaks.
Okay.
So I'm okay with that.
So we'll say that. So phase 3 aspect could be maybe leaves destruction in his wake.
Yeah.
Well, for
Yeah.
you,
Oh,
it'd be
me,
in
yeah.
your wake.
That's right.
All right, Jason.
Hey, Fitz, there's buttons in this room. Ooh.
Really? Squirrel?
So since Viskar keeps pulling my collective rear end out of the fire, there's probably going to be like a life debt kind of
Okay.
aspect to it. But it's also going to be a little bit conflicting with my trigger happy kind of new guy.
Okay.
Which causes him to worry even more.
Well, we're not focusing about him. We're just saying.
I can tie that in.
He can tie that
I
in.
can tie that
But all right. So, but I think that's already built into what we've already got.
Okay.
So let's think of something new, a new thread, basically. And yeah, keep in mind you can also go to Ian as well, because Ian is also in your unit.
Maybe his CO was your dad.
There we go.
Ooh.
And he liked him better.
Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to think of an aspect, because the aspects need to remain general. So the aspect has to do,
Doesn't play well with others.
or how about I'll never be good enough?
Ooh, yeah.
There you go.
That kind of works on
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right, Judith. So how are you tied to either Jason or Philip?
See, I'm already tied from their end, but on my end,
Yes.
would definitely make. Actually, would make more sense to be wanting to curry favor with the general and maybe go about getting that debt, kind of make it go away fast.
Okay.
Get back to blowing stuff up.
So your aspect could be hoping to get in good graces.
Yes.
All right. And then Ian? So you've got Judith and Jason basically left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tobias Jenkins.
Well, I think one of the things that old CEO didn't like was Jason's character. I think I found out he had a girlfriend who was kind of rich and was trying to steal some things from her.
I was trying to steal things from her.
Yeah.
No, I was.
Oh, you
Oh,
were.
okay.
So I was trying to
Gotcha.
kiss the place or something, and then didn't so go.
His
go so
dad
hot.
caught you.
Yeah, it could have been,
Okay.
but I was half thinking maybe. I'm not sure if that'd work. Maybe that's the best luck, I guess, with any females I come across. I don't know.
Unlucky with the ladies.
Yes.
There you go.
Could be.
That could be the final your final aspect there.
Tried to rip her off and got caught, and now it's never been the same.
All right. Just so we can get to the action quicker, we're gonna skip stunts, because again I'm kind of
Yeah.
making this up on the go. But we do have to get to skills, because that's gonna determine some everything else, but you're all going to get three fate points to start. All right. So basically, you're going to get, if you look on your sheet too, now you can see where you can fill in your name and aspects and stuff. Skills. You see, you've got all the boxes highlighted. You've got one great. And these are skills because the way this works is anytime you need to do a skill, you're going to roll the dice and add them to whatever skill you're doing. So you get 1 + 4 skill, 2 + 3 skills, 3 + 2 skills, and 4 average +1 skills. So here's your list of skills that you could choose. Athletics, burglary, contacts, crafts, deceive, drive, empathy, fight, investigate, lore, notice, physique, provoke, rapport, resources, shoot, stealth, and will. And I'm going to have this kind of in the center here, so
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
can
say,
kind of
read them again.
glance. Because I know that's a lot for...
I can read upside down.
So kind of pick which ones would your character be great at, okay, great at, good at, fair at, and average at. So, like, for instance, you're probably going to be fight as your... But you could also be
Physique.
rapport, shoot, lore.
I'll be Terry Crews.
You also got lore,
Put all-
athletics.
You've
Not
seen
sure.
that meme, right?
Yeah.
When you put all your points into strength and charisma. Terry Crews.
Hey, Terry Crews is awesome.
He is great.
Have you heard that man
I'm not sure he can
do
swim.
music?
I
I don't know if he can swim. I've seen he does
We've seen
really good
him-
artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also plays the flute.
Oh, that's cool.
I think will contacts rapport, and I'm trying to decide between resources or lore.
Mm.
I mean, you're going that science route.
Mm-hmm.
So which one would make more sense there?
Which one?
Resources or lore?
Lore, probably.
Seem reasonable, those 4?
For which ones?
We pick 4 of them, right?
Well, no,
you're
get to,
picking one. You're picking one that's got one ability that's got to be rated at a +4
yeah, you get to pick 10 abilities total.
total.
Oh.
Okay.
We get the,
But you're
dark
choosing-
outline boxes.
Yes. On the character sheet, there's the dark. You're getting one great skill, 2
Aha.
good skills, 3 fair, and 4 that you're just average at.
Okay.
I'm gonna be average at crafts.
I think for mine, burglary might be an average. I'm not sure.
Okay. Based on what you, I mean,
Butterfingers.
yep.
Is there a womanizing skill?
That would be
Average.
Deceive.
Deceive.
Well,
Or rapport.
Ooh, rapport. That's right. So right on that. Let me see.
This is where I said making the characters kind of half the fun in this is tying
Right.
it around.
Yeah.
That's one reason. Like I like games that have very creative character, like this in the End of the World. End of the World, making the characters like the most fun part of the
Yeah.
game. Oh, did it move?
Might need a bit of help.
Okay.
I put those 3 down here
Okay.
as average, thinking that maybe, but then also I wasn't sure about these, which I kind of liked, but I wasn't sure where.
Whatever you can metagame this a little bit. Whatever you want to be able to roll the best at. Keep that in mind because whatever's higher up, you're going to get a bigger bonus when you need to make a roll regards to that.
Okay.
So if you're trying to determine which one's a great versus a good, which kind of role do you want to be better at making?
Let's notice.
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be like a perception.
All right.
Nice. You're good to go.
Having just
You're fine.
yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
So, just explaining a few things while everyone's finishing up the sheet. So the way these fate points, these are kind of your narrative control options in the game. So what's going to happen is, like I said, you're going to roll whenever you need to do a task. Like if Philip wants to attack somebody, he's going to do a fight roll, which is there are 4 different things you can do regarding your skills. You can overcome an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
You can create an advantage, and that's basically you're going to create an aspect for the situation. Why that comes in play in a second. You can attack something and you can defend something, which obviously something like, for instance, you can only attack with shoot, provoke, and
Fight.
and fight. But there's some things that you can only use defense. Whatever makes sense, basically. That's a default skill list.
I would like to point out that according to Fate, violence is the answer to everything.
And then, like I said, lastly, you can defend. So Philip's like, I'm going to fight somebody. So I'm going to keep in mind, fight's going to be more of your fisticuffs,
Yes.
and shoot is going to be like your blaster. So he's
I need to get a handlebar mustache, don't I?
so depending on the type of enemy he's fighting, I'm going to either
Like
give
to
him
shoot,
I'm
but
either
not
going to
great
give
at it?
him a number that he has to beat, like a target number, or I'm going to roll myself. And say it's a minion, we'll say, okay, you just need to be good at this. So you need to beat a 3. So Philip will roll his dice. So just assuming that this is a roll. So this is a pretty bad roll. So this is at a net. This is a -3 plus what's your shoot?
Shoot. My shoot's a +2.
It's +2. So that takes. So he's at a -1 right now. And I told him he needed to beat at least a 3. So there's a couple things he could do. He could either.
Sorry.
Party foul.
Let's put that on that side so that we don't
Yeah.
end up getting it on.
I was gonna say I'm glad I didn't hit that one.
Yeah. Sparks start flying. So
And the end.
If Philip's at a -1 here, he could just straight up fail. If he's tied, say for instance somehow he got to a tie, you can succeed but with a minor penalty basically. Or you can spend a fate point. And so the fate point, what you do is with a fate point, you can either A, re-roll all your dice, B, add a +2 to your roll, just a straight up flat +2. Or another thing you can do with a fate is you can pay a fate point to dramatically affect the story. So these are like your destiny points in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
However, when you spend a fate to affect your die rolls, you have to use an aspect to define how that's helping you in this circumstance.
Okay.
Gotta
So you're
tie it
basically
in.
invoking one of your 5 aspects. So Philip, what was so Philip could easily, if he's like for instance, you could tie in destroys everything in his path as a part of it and spend a fate point. The other way that it comes into play is I can give fate points by doing a compel, which is basically
It's a GM intrusion.
it's a
Yes.
GM intrusion.
Numenera.
Yes. Except the difference is I do the compels have to be based on your aspects. So for instance, if say after you end up shooting or whatever, we'll be like, okay, but, and I give you a fate point and say, but Jason's now put in a precarious place, and invoke your aspect of guardian angel, basically.
Damn it, Jenkins.
Yeah. And that's going to kind of drive the story there. And you could pay a fate point to keep me from, to refuse the compel, basically. And I'm going to have fate point that the enemies can spend as well.
Ooh.
I won't have all of these. So
Dark
don't
side
worry.
points.
Yes, basically. So, all right. Has everybody got their skills filled out?
Yes, sir.
No, I still need 2 more.
Do I go ahead and
I'm
put
doing it. I'm putting crafts down.
What?
all my aspects?
We're gonna work
here,
that in
or
there
what?
Yeah, if you
I put craft down.
as
You
long
put
as you've
crafts
got
down.
them written down somewhere, but if you want to consolidate, this
Those
is
are
just to help
trouble.
you build the character.
Right. Okay.
But
So,
that's the trouble section. Should we leave that open or?
well, no, there's it's the first aspect is your high concept, the second aspect is your trouble, and then the remaining 3 are the phase 1, 2, and 3 aspects.
Okay,
Okay.
so we haven't done trouble yet.
Yeah, you did. The trouble for you is
that's
the
right.
As I
That's
figured.
right.
is the what does this button do?
Ooh, piece of candy.
I did
Yeah.
say Butterfingers, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's all right. All right, we all good here?
What else do I want? I still need 1 more.
Oh, here, just leave it.
I put crafts down.
Okay.
We gotta work that in there somehow.
Okay.
I'm bad at crafts.
All right. While you're filling yours out,
What are they defining drive? Like my
Driving.
like legit driving, or is that like my
I believe it's actual driving.
my drive, my work ethic, that type of thing?
That was Will.
Yep.
That was
Vehicles and things that go fast.
Okay.
So drive. Yeah, you operate ships.
I like to go fast.
Oh.
That's what I'm great at. I'm good at driving.
You good at drive? You put great at drive.
Yep. Jenkins.
I think you probably should put drive in there, because if you were a first prime, you were flying ships.
Yeah, but I'm only average.
Okay. You're not a pilot.
I was more of a hey, turn left.
Yeah, but you should
Right,
at
there we
least
go.
have some skill in flying a death glider.
I know that the long, skinny one on the right is the gas.
Yeah.
We didn't
Uh,
install brakes.
Okay.
Good so far.
Yep.
drive, and then for good, it's will and shoot.
All right. So just so that Jason gets to actually play some, we're gonna go in media res on this a little bit. So you guys are actually out on a planet. Judith, what's the name of this planet?
Pluto.
Planet Bob.
Xena 4.
Xena 4, like the number 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Xena 4. And we'll say you're investigating a ruin. And some unknown origin. Mainly because you think there might be something weapons, anything that you could get a score off of.
Treasure.
However, you are currently. So, what do you guys? You're all around this ruin. What are you doing in this ruin? Like, what kind of roles are you doing?
I'm assuming we've just come through a Stargate.
Yes, you're on. You've went to Stargate, another
Alright.
planet. You're investigating this ruin, kind of. We're dropping like right in the middle of the. So this is the episode opens. What are you all doing inside the ruins?
Tobias Jenkins is walking around the perimeter, just with a flashlight, just
Inside the ruin?
inside the ruin, looking at
Okay.
stuff.
What's
I'm assuming that's where the Stargate is inside the ruin.
Inside, yeah.
we'll say it's not.
Oh.
Okay.
It-
So,
the-
we had to
you
walk
you
into the
walk
ruin.
you
Okay.
you had to walk away, travel to get to.
So if we're not in there yet, I'm just
I feel like
securing the perimeter.
I feel like you're walking around, but you're doing all the kind of comical like back up against the wall and poking around the corner and okay, there's no one there. Clear. Let's go.
All right. What is Visker doing?
Watching him make a fool of himself.
Okay. And just shaking your
And
head.
yeah, just
Are
walking
you in
behind
full?
him.
Are you in human garb, or are you in the SG garb, or are you in your?
I
how does Visker roll?
I am in I am in SG garb because it's comfortable.
Yep.
And it's got movement
But you got your
and
staff
pockets.
weapon?
I'm actually one of Anubis's super Jaffa, so I've got the wrist
Oh,
launchers. Yeah. Great.
okay. The Call Warriors.
The Cull Warriors. Yeah. Okay, so I got the wrist launchers.
Okay.
But I'm also I basically wear like the human uniform over that uniform.
You're bulked up.
I'm bulked up. I got a fair physique. I'm a little scrawny.
Okay. All right. So what is the doctor doing?
Look
What is Fitz doing?
Oh, she's looking for anything shiny, like electronics, like
She's
circuit,
probably like
just-
picking stuff up and like trying to like turn like rotating stuff around and
Yes.
You watch
Let's
Clone Wars, right?
activate
Yes.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Obi-Wan and Anakin go to the planet to help out the farmers and the 4 bounty hunters that are helping them. And one of them is seriously like this 1 foot tall dude in a giant mech suit.
Oh yeah.
so apparently you're
that's
like
like- that's
you're
like me.
Kronk.
I'm kind of
Yes.
like, yeah. I'm like,
You've been referred to as Kronk
Yes.
from Emperor's New
New
Groove.
Groove.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever.
Took me a second. I was like,
All right, and then last, what is Alec doing?
Well, I think he would be trying not to laugh at Tobias. Also trying to see what our scientist is doing.
So who's the leader of this group? Is it Visker?
she's in charge.
She's in charge.
Yes.
Okay, so this is more of a science expedition
More
unit.
science expeditions, yeah.
Okay.
Also, he'd be interested to see what treasure there might be, so he'd be trying to investigate, not dropping.
You're picking up
things.
some shiny rocks and kind of like
yeah.
shoving them in your pocket.
a couple, maybe dropping some things.
Okay, so everything's
Misprint.
huh? What?
It's missing the 1.
They're not. They're plus. It's fate dice. So you've got your plus, minus,
No,
and
no, no.
blank.
Ah, okay.
Because
gotcha.
if you have enough coin, then you can put them in a bag. If you don't have the dice,
don't have the dice,
then
okay,
you
gotcha.
can
Gotcha.
use
I have
them.
2 blanks. What are you trying to say, Chris?
I did not look at them when I handed them out. Hashtag Jax Phillip.
Now they're all blank.
You missed it.
Oh,
Were
man.
you watching our Star Wars Destiny game?
No, I was.
He was
thinking-
only able to roll blank characters on the dice.
On
That-
1 die specifically.
Yeah.
It just it was
no,
like
no, he was rolling blanks on like all of his character
Yeah,
dice.
but that one was like blank, blank, blank,
Yeah.
blank, blank, blank.
Okay,
blank.
so
Blankety,
while
blankety, blank.
you're looking, all of a sudden overhead you hear.
Wasn't me.
What was that? What was that?
All of a sudden,
Surprisingly, that
I'm
wasn't
assuming
me
you've got
either.
1 or 2 guys left at the gate.
Yeah.
And then you hear click click. Guys, we got bogies overhead. And then oh god, the gate's just activated. And
Let's
then
move,
the
let's
line
move,
the line
let's
goes
go.
and then it
Tobias, check it out.
Let's go. Let's move. Back to the Stargate. Let's go.
But
If the
we just got
Stargate has just
started here.
activated, it would behoove us to move into the temple.
And get ourselves trapped? I don't think so. Let's go get them now.
We don't know how many.
To the temple, young man.
you're already in the temple at this point.
We need to stay here
I'm
and
sure
find some
there's
cover.
something in here that we can use.
Indeed.
Oh.
I could throw a rock.
Better than that.
Throw a rock. I can throw a rock.
We can throw
Imagine
minerals.
for those the human ones. Imagine you have like standard military gear.
Right.
Well, I got grenades, so if they come in here, we're all screwed.
There we go. I'll throw it to Tobias.
I
all
can
of
help
us-
you with this plan, Alex Mark.
All of a sudden, you start hearing what sounds like footsteps coming by, getting closer outside.
We should find cover.
Can we see outside?
Not in this temple.
Why does
Have
this
we
temple
lost
have
radio
windows?
contact with the others?
Yes, there's no more contact, or there that I'm assuming someone could try talking back.
All right,
You-
lock and load, boys. Let's. They're coming.
Excuse me.
They're here.
Uh,
Let's lock and load, people.
Boys and gal. Oh.
Oh, she's very touchy.
Guys and gals.
Okay.
Alright.
So Philip, what's
Hello,
going
guys
on?
and gals.
Philip, what's going on?
I have found a spot. I'm right behind the door.
Okay. So like right in the opening.
Not in the opening. So I'm off to the side of it.
I just want
I
to say
can-
like right beside the
Yeah.
opening, and you're standing like right there,
I can-
ambush
It's
position.
a doorway,
Close-
not
yes.
a door.
I can
Oh,
clothesline the
okay.
first person
I'm
that walks
thinking
through.
we're going pyramid basically
Ah.
for these ruins. Like think a pyramid type ruin.
I'm on the other side of the door.
I thought you said you found a new water closet. Okay.
Well, since you gentlemen seem to have this covered, I'm going to go further in and see if I can find something to shut the door.
So for the chat room, soldier, I got guns. Scientist, I got chemicals. Alec, I got a rock.
Gonna rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel.
All right. So what is Fitz doing?
Fitz is going in and trying to find something that
She's
will
just
shut the
going
door.
deeper.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much. Very focused.
All right. So Alec, are you staying up front? Or are you heading back with?
Oh, but she's got a sidearm and
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, do you want to go that far away from everyone else?
yes.
Okay.
This is what you're here for. I mean, just
I'd rather her
you
go
take
that
care
way
of
so
it.
things don't accidentally go boom.
Well,
And if they do,
In my
she's-
general area, yeah.
I'll sort of split the distance. I'll be in the back and still watching the door, but watching.
So
Trying to
you're
see
kind
what
of
I'm
like
trying to
keeping
see.
an eye on both.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Okay. First thing is I'm gonna need you guys to do so.
Roll initiative.
No, what we're gonna have instead is. Basically, I'm gonna. I think basically you get to choose how you're going to, but I'm gonna basically call for a defense roll to start. But just I'm not sure how the fate mechanics work on this, but basically, stun grenade, the little stun sphere things, rolls in before you. So I need you to make some sort of defense against it, and you're gonna need to make a good defense. So you're gonna need to make a beat a 3.
Beaten 3. All right.
So Freakazoid's like his previous comment kind of reminds of Charlie Brown. I got a rock.
This is only affecting you two. You two are far enough away that
So
you kind of see it happening, or you see it happening, but you're
Yeah.
oblivious.
I'm gonna do athletics.
Athletics?
Yes.
Okay. So how are you getting out of the path of this grenade?
I am.
What is grenade?
I'm doing a.
It's like the little the stun sphere things that they
Okay.
roll and go wham.
I'm going to dive behind what appears to be a very sturdy piece of
Some statue or
some
something.
statue debris.
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
All right,
I
roll 'em.
gotcha. All right. Is that all 4?
Yep.
All the time.
Whenever you roll, it's all 4.
All 4 all the time.
All right. So you got a -2
I got
Ow.
-2,
plus whatever your athletics is,
which is a +3.
plus 3. So you got a 1 right now.
I have a 1.
All right. So if you used a fate point you could use a fate point to reroll,
Mm-hmm.
or you could use to get a +2, which would tie you.
Yep.
Which you could succeed, but you would get a minor consequence.
Let's re-roll the whole shebang.
So what are you invoking here?
I am going to
So your 5 aspects is what you can invoke.
my 5 aspects.
So, for instance, just going to help you out here. You're a former first prime.
Uh-huh.
You were already on edge, knowing that this is standard Gould protocol.
Standard protocol is to stun a room,
Yep.
and
So as soon as you started hearing,
based on the beeping coming off the device, I knew how much was left on the timer.
yep, and as soon as you started to hear tink tink, you knew to start running. All right, reroll.
That's
I'll
Yes.
take it.
So you got a 1
I got a 1.
plus a 3, didn't you say with
Yep, plus
athletics?
3
So
gives me
4.
that.
So you beat it.
All right.
All right, and if you beat by more than 2, I believe
Yes.
it's a 16.
Nice Freakazoid.
Gotta love the chat.
Well, that was he's making fun of my wow.
Yeah, great description.
So if you if you manage, like for instance, if you beat a 5, you get a success with style, which is basically extra. It's your crit almost, kind of. All right, Jason, how are you getting out of the path of this thing? So just at this point, you're picking a skill,
How am I gonna get out of the path?
or how are you defending against it?
Can I?
Did you get 4 dice?
No.
Grab
You need
4.
dice.
Can I shoot it?
Yes.
Do you want to?
Like,
I mean, you could try and take it out before it.
I mean, like,
You're a little trigger happy there. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow it. So use your shoot skill.
Jump on it.
So you're basically
Um,
attacking. We're gonna say you're attacking the sphere.
I'm gonna attack the sphere
All right.
to see if I can't, like, kind of pool ball it away.
Yeah, either shoot it away or destroy it before it comes in. Okay.
Yeah.
So roll us a shoot. You got, like I said, you got. I'm gonna say this has to be a great. You're gonna have to beat a 4 on this because you're trying to shoot it away.
I'm gonna try to shoot a grenade. That is.
What'd you
I
get?
got 2 blanks.
And
All right,
Wash.
so you got a net.
That's a lot.
You got a
That's net.
0. But what's your shoot?
3.
3.
3.
So you're at a 3 right now.
Hmm.
You need to beat a 4. So that's, like I said, you could spend a fate point to get you just the +2 that you need over it. Or you would just fail.
Faint point. Here we go.
All right. All right, and we'll say for you, you're voting you're trigger happy basically at this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so you managed to shoot it. You managed to. So describe to me, how does this go off? How? So ding ding ding.
This involves
He
him
goes-
screaming "Yeehaw!"
Convinced that it doesn't go.
Wow, use deception against
Yes.
the sphere.
Can I use convince?
Don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Bad sphere. So this sphere starts going ding ding ding. He's like, oh god, and like flips over backwards behind
he
this,
jumps out of the way.
and you're just like,
Woo! And I just unload on it.
all right. And then I'm gonna say what happens is basically he just it doesn't destroy it, but it just manages to counter the rolling and slide back enough. So you go, Bwah! It goes off, and then you hear a couple. You hear a couple of bodies falling over.
Sweet.
All right. So what is was Dr. Fitz doing during this?
They got it covered.
Okay. So, but what are you doing in the meantime?
I'm inside, further in.
Okay.
I'm looking around.
Okay. So let's do an investigate
All
or
right.
some sort of. I guess for you, what do you have first? You're basically doing some sort of.
I'm a determined mad scientist.
Yes. But what skills do you have basically? What's your
Will, and then lore and report.
okay?
Contacts, athletics, and crafts, and then investigate, stealth, shoot, and notice.
All right, we'll say you're just to help you out here. We'll say you're creating an advantage here,
All right.
and with your investigate.
Mm.
So roll me. We'll say this is fair. So you just need to beat a 2.
Yeehaw always wins. Yeehaw always wins versus a wah.
I'm at a 1.
1 beforehand or 1?
No.
All right, so you're at a 0 plus the 1.
Yes.
Okay. You're at a 1. I said you need to beat a fair, which is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you could either just fail, and that you're just not finding anything
I'll
right
fail.
now. Okay. All right. And then what's Alec doing? By this point, you can start to see some bodies coming around the corner.
From outside.
Around the door, basically.
How many do I see?
2 Jaffa soldiers.
After the bodies had hit the floor.
Yes.
Right.
And there we go.
This is great because I can't hear.
Oh.
Because I don't have. So I can't hear how silently I'm talking.
Well, at that
I can
point,
fix it. There's headphones here if you want to hear.
Yeah, you could use those. At that point, I'd communicate to Tobias and How do you say his name again?
Visker.
Visker.
There's
That's
a
right.
little plug that looks kind of like this that was floating around over there. It was in one
know
of the
what that does.
trays. I don't know what.
I think
happened
I saw
to
you.
it.
Someone
The one that was in the trays?
Yeah.
It was that one right there.
No, this one I just pulled out of.
Oh.
He's talking about the.
There was-
Yeah, it was with the
insert
headphones.
for it.
Oh. Oh, it's on my hand.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I plugged it in right there.
All right, and then hand me the cord
Alec and his only friend, Rocky.
Hey, I got other tools. But yeah.
You got Bullwinkle.
there. There you go.
Oh.
Let the body. That's better.
There we go. All right.
There you go.
All right.
So I tell Tobias and Visker, like, they're two guys I see, plus I try to do whatever signs to tell you.
Okay.
And I'd move up with some advantage to the door.
Okay. Are you gonna try and shoot them, or are you gonna try?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get a shoot check. This is just gonna be fair. So you just need to beat a 2.
Okay.
And then what's your shoot rated at?
But can he shoot?
+4.
+4. Okay.
Oh, he can shoot.
He
Yes.
can shoot.
Well, see, and it's like you always have to make a roll, so he could just get negatives the whole way.
Yep. Almost.
Yeah.
So you got a
Almost.
he got a -2.
So he's at 2.
So he's at a 2. So you will be successful, but you will have a minor penalty if you don't do anything to it.
As in use.
As in use a fate point.
You didn't brace hard enough, and the gun kicked right into your shoulder.
Yeah, silly me.
You
I'll
tripped
use
on
one.
Rocky.
All right. So which aspect are you invoking here? So you get to pick one of your 5 aspects that are helping you in this.
Yeah, so I put the rock down and then I use my gun. Right. So, so I've seen some shit. So I think this isn't as bad as I've seen.
Yeah.
So
I've said this is nothing. This is nothing to you. All right. So in your circumstance, it would be better just to get the +2 versus
Yeah.
attempting a reroll. Although a reroll wouldn't really make things worse, but it could. It could. So you can use it just to get a +2. Shut up, guys.
Roll a Jason. Just don't do that.
So
Don't do it.
you managed to take out the first. Yeah, you managed to fire away, and the first guy. All of a sudden, you see a body go flat, like right in front of you.
He shoots it.
Yeah.
so I see that guy, or does-
No, if it falls in front of
I,
him.
well,
It
I'm
falls
saying
in
like
front of-
you shot the first guy you saw. All they see from their perspective is just a guy fall over in the doorway.
right, okay.
All right.
And then I double tap him.
Ah!
After he hits the floor.
Can never be too careful, man. Those guys, they take a hit.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right. They gonna learn today.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the second guy is going to come in the door, and he is now pointing his staff weapon right at Alex. So
Yeah.
Charge him.
you charge him.
Yep.
All right.
How
So you're
much?
attacking,
Yes.
or are you gonna? Because remember, you can also creating an advantage.
No, I'm gonna fight him.
Okay.
Tag him right there.
All right. By the way, just to explain, what creating an advantage does is it will make a temporary aspect, which will get fate points on it, and you can use those for free. Basically.
Oh.
Like, you're gonna like hand-to-hand fight him now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has hands.
You know I have a gun, right? You do too.
Yeah, I have 2.
He's gonna
I'm
do
just-
this
He wants to
saying.
use
mono
his
on
hands.
Hey,
mono.
I'm just
hey,
saying.
this is his story.
I'm fighting.
All right. Let's say
It's
you're fighting him.
Uh-huh.
Let's say this is fair.
All right.
yes, Butterfingers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I dropped my gun.
I got a 7.
You got a 7.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
You're succeeding with style on this. So
You falcon punch him so hard.
I'm straight up Major Armstrong. Okay, I've got like little anime brighties
Bars.
coming off of me as I'm fighting this guy. This technique has been passed down the Visca line for generations.
all right. I don't know if this is in the rules, but we're just gonna go hell with it. So we're gonna say that because you succeeded with style, we're gonna put
Dead.
Frank's
dead.
we're gonna put an aspect out here. The rest of the guys, they know you. They
Uh-huh.
know who you are. They are intimidated.
Damn straight.
Ooh.
So these are basically two instead of spending the fate points
Spending
that
our fate points,
you
we
can
have
spend those fate points
we have
instead.
a pool.
Yep. So
right.
Jason, there's some more warriors coming around the corner. Basically, you got two more kind of behind them.
So noticing how Visker just took down the one dude with a single breath.
See Sky fall
Failed
over.
again.
Is he Soldier A? Is he okay? Soldier B? Yeah, Frank just needs some sleep. Frank dead.
So noticing he just took him down with like very little ease.
There you go. You're one punch
I-
man.
Yes.
I
And it came out of my beard.
I gotta one up him.
Okay.
Tough
So I
beard.
go after both of these guys.
The remaining two guys. Are you shooting?
I'm gonna go up and fight them.
Don't forget to yell.
Okay.
I'm gonna straight up
All right.
fight.
All right. It's fair also. So you got to beat it too.
Leroy Jenkins.
And my fight is at 2. So here we go. Oh.
All right.
I got a plus
With
2.
style.
You got a +3.
Plus 3. Okay, yeah, plus
So 3 to your 2. So he's got a 5.
All right. So how much?
5.
5. All right. So and I said you just need to beat a 2. So yeah, you succeeded with style also. All right.
Go
What up,
team.
Visker? I got 2.
We'll say that yours. Yeah, yours
two are small.
instead of getting yours is you managed to take the other 2 out that you've seen so far.
That
All
we've
right.
seen so far.
Those
Cut
two
back
was-
over to Dr. Fitz.
Those 2 were smaller than this
There's got to be some sort of defense mechanism here. It
Still
is right
counts
next to a
as two.
Stargate.
Actually, what we're going to do is
You
I'm
close
going to
the door.
offer a fate point. As you're wandering around, there is a bright red button just sitting on a pedestal. It is just sitting
no.
there.
Just one
Call it
lone
to
It's
me.
red button.
It is gleaming. It looks like it is shining with the fire of the sun.
Prominently
It's
placed in its
calling
own
my
room
name.
In its
by
own room,
itself.
on a pedestal, that's all that's in there.
Have you seen Penguins of Madagascar with the?
No, I have not.
He keeps pushing buttons.
How can I say no?
Okay. So she goes.
It's calling you.
So she goes and pushes the button.
All the toilets in the building flush. Turns out this temple is actually the water treatment plant of the city a mile down the road.
All of a sudden, the entire ruins begin to shake.
In a
And-
good way?
Uh-oh.
And is it ever a good way?
Hey, there's an earthquake. Let's party.
All of a sudden, there were carvings on the wall. The outline of the carvings begin to light up.
Alex's
And-
eyes light up because oosh.
And suddenly, two figures kind of break out of the wall, kind of two giant golem-looking figures, and start heading in your direction.
Astrid, what do you do?
And then we're gonna head over to Alec on that one.
This is a nice break from things exploding.
Yeah, okay.
Exploded out of the walls because you pushed the button.
So I look for my rock, maybe.
Okay. They are made out of rock.
42 cookies. Welcome.
Don't push that button. Jesus, Fred, don't push that button. Use your head.
Do I notice this? Do you say anything when that happens?
Well, that's
Or-
true. You saw the building shake,
Yeah.
or you
So
felt you felt everything shake.
I'd be looking around then.
Yeah.
You
So-
might have heard a
So
cool echoing from
I feel like the whole building starts shaking. All 3 of us immediately grab our walk. Fitz!
What'd you do?
well, you're in a position you can turn and look and go, oh shit.
Crap. Okay. All right, so I would ignore the door for now and go engage the. Was it just 2 that I just?
Yes, 2 kind of
Just
golems.
2.
These are like 8-foot tall rock golems.
Okay. Yeah. Pull out my gun and take aim.
Okay. These guys are pretty great. You're gonna have to beat a 4 to straight up attack them.
Oh, okay. All right,
Oh.
I'll try for it.
He says with his +4
All right.
shoot skill.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a what, a 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a 5. All
it's
right.
5.
You managed to you succeed and you are wasting away at one of them, but he looks like he's taking some damage, but he's kind of like you're kind of holding him at bay.
Okay.
They are made of rock.
Right.
You don't want to know what it's hooked up to. You don't know how to know what it
You don't know what it's hooked to. You don't know what it does. You just start that fooling around. We were
Fun button and yeah.
we wouldn't have found out. Wow, guys.
Concerned about the rock. What about the rock?
All right.
Rock.
All right. Back over to Philip.
All right.
Don't see any new Jaffa yet. But
All
now
right.
you
No new threats coming from the outside, but apparently there's a friggin' threat on the inside.
I probably would
You-
have yelled to you guys of like golems or whatever. But
You're like,
Guys,
there's these things.
I need a bigger rock.
I need a rock that's bigger than these rocks.
you see big rock somewhere?
All right, so I guess I'll go running toward him because he's yelling about rocks, walking around, and I'm like, that's stranger than what he normally talks about. So I'm gonna have to hurry and get over there.
Get over here.
All
All right, go running over, and I see these things, and you've already shot at them.
Yep.
I've tried one.
You can see it's
right?
put it. You shot at one. It's kind of creating an opening.
Okay, so
Anything
I'll
inside?
No.
more rocks.
I was gonna say nothing you can notice.
What's that? It's a rock.
It's a big rock.
Does
Big
it have?
rock.
Does it have any vulnerable spots?
It's a big rock.
It's a big rock.
Can-
It doesn't have any vulnerable
Can
spots.
you create a lathe maybe?
I will.
Got any acid?
Are they? What do I see them doing? Are they just coming toward?
They're just coming towards the pillar at this point. Well, one's coming towards.
One's
Alec,
coming toward Alec because he just shot at it.
and
what's-
one's looking pretty like smashy on towards Dr. Fitz over there.
Okay, so I will provoke it to get it away from her.
Okay.
Was your mother a rock?
All right. Are you
Uh,
attacking it with a provoke? Or are you?
I don't know how I can. I mean, I could create an advantage for her so she doesn't get smashed in the face.
Well, yeah. Remember, creating advantage is how you can get some extra free fate
Yeah.
points out.
So
So if you don't want to necessarily try and put it away, but maybe make an.
That's when
Rocky the Rock and Bert the Boulder.
If you need a bigger rock than that.
Yeah. So I'll do a create an advantage, and I'll
Okay.
start. I will. I don't know. I'll yell at it and maybe throw a rock at it just to get its attention over to me.
See, it's not such a bad idea, right?
That's right. Carry some rocks around.
All right. Which one in are you doing one in particular or?
One
You
in
guys
particular.
are rocking this chat.
GM
Right
down,
there.
What?
Yeah, I dropped a die.
It's not like there's 50 more on the
I
table.
know, but I like these.
these are mine and I like them.
It's not like there's 20 pounds on that bookshelf over there.
Hey, shush.
And your fancy damn dice cup.
It's a dispenser, no less of dice.
Yes, indubitably.
Okay, so am I like yelling or throwing the rock or?
Well,
what
meaning,
what
like,
do
are you which one are you trying to? Are you trying to provoke both of them? Are you trying to?
Just
No.
just the one that's not going toward him because
Okay.
he's already taken care of that. That's he
I
made
got
that
this
bed. He's got to
one.
sleep in it.
All right. All right. So
It's a rocky bed.
I'm gonna roll against you on this one.
All right. I got a net 0. So +3.
+3.
Yeah.
All right. I got a 2,
Is
and it
That's
is.
not
Re-
a-
huh?
Are you sure?
That's a. Sorry, it's a 1. Sorry.
Yes.
That's a 1. And what did you have?
Pee Wee the Pebble.
I rolled net 0. So
I know, but
have
what's
a
your
plus-
overall?
+3.
+3.
Yeah.
So is the total?
Yeah.
Okay. They're gonna use one of their fate points because it is really not too caring about you. It is worried about whoever
The
stumbled.
pusher of the button.
The pusher of the button. So you are tied right now.
Okay.
So you could succeed, but you would take a consequence.
Let's take a consequence.
All right. So your consequence is you manage to get up and like start screaming and whatever in it, but as it's trying to get to her, it manages to thwart, like kind of not like hard slap, but like brush, like kind of thump you aside, and you hit one of the walls.
Okay.
But you're armored, so we'll say, but you do take a point of physical stress.
Dun, dun, dun. So that's that right there. We'll just like put a check mark in that box.
Yes.
Okay, so just put.
And when your
Bam.
boxes
Check
fill
mark
up
on
and you can't mark them anymore, which you only get 2 at this point.
Okay, yep.
I know this is where the rules that get more technical in it, but you're basically taken out of the combat or the situation.
Also, that's 29 minutes until midnight.
Yep.
It's almost tomorrow, guys.
Just so you know.
All right.
Edge of tomorrow.
No, I don't work tomorrow.
All right.
Oh,
You were planning on staying until at least the new year, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly the new year.
and then peacing out.
I think he did tell me 12:01.
Let's see.
Not a minute later.
Could I get on top of one of those rocks and drive it around? Like,
I'm gonna say that's creating an advantage.
kind of like just pointing its head-shaped thing in the direction I want.
Sure. Sure. We'll say you're using drive to create an advantage. Well,
I'd have to use.
I will say if you succeed in creating the advantage on the next turn, you can use drive, but you're going to have to use athletics or something physique-wise to get on top of it first.
I have +1 to athletics.
Okay, so is it athletics what you want to use?
Yes.
Okay, so to creating an... All right.
You should.
All right, so roll them.
That's what I do. No, you should use stealth. That way it doesn't know you're climbing on it.
It's still +1.
Okay.
Or could I use notice and like find some kind of a weak spot?
I
Even
could
though
say
it's
you're
a
using notice to try and use footholds, like if you're trying to
Okay,
use like
I'll do that.
like
Footholds.
indentations in the rock to get on top of it.
All right, I'll use notice instead because I got +2 on that.
Okay.
He's rolling against you.
No blank, Jason. Oh, -2.
So,
I got a -1.
so with your +2, you're at a net 0.
So I get a
You're winning.
So wait, so what's your overall score? Don't tell me the dice score. Tell me your overall score.
2.
So your overall score is 2.
No.
No, 0.
Wait, 0. Oh,
Zero.
okay, sorry.
When I
0,
say
0.
your score plus your skill, your die roll plus your skill, tell me that.
0.
So it's
Blank.
0.
It's
All right,
blank.
it's blank. All right. Well, I have a -1, so you won. And
Alright.
so now you are you are up on the back of this giant rock column. Which one is it? The one the one that hit Philip, or is it the one that he's shooting at?
Okay.
I'm gonna go after.
There's bullets there, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after the one that isn't being shot at,
Okay.
so I don't get shot.
All
Okay,
right.
I could aim, but okay.
I could.
What's Dr. Fitz doing?
You're creating the handholds for him. You're shooting holes in it. And he's like, oh, right there, right there, right
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
Do I have time to push the button one more time and then do something?
Maybe it'll reverse the effect that we just did.
Yeah, if you want.
So push the button again just to make sure. And then going to
And 2 more of these damn things pop out of the wall.
gonna see if I know any lore about golems and
Okay.
stuff like this.
When you push the button, suddenly the floor starts to shake again.
No.
This time, around the pedestal, the ground begins to fall away, especially where you're standing. You're
Oh,
gonna
well
need
then.
You're gonna need to get away somehow.
Yes, I have some athletic ability.
Okay. So how are you getting over this? This will be like an overcoming an obstacle, basically.
I'm going to take
He's always making fun of me now. What's your overall score? 2? No, it's 0. Oh yeah, 0.
I'm going to take a flying leap.
Okay. So roll using athletics. And I will say this is a. I'm not looking at your number. Let's say you need to be pretty good at this, and you need a 3.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay. So you can either succeed with the consequence or straight up fail.
I'll succeed with the consequence.
All right.
Actually, you know what? I'll spend a point. Here.
You spend a fate point. All
Yeah.
right. What are you invoking?
+2.
What are you invoking to use
I
this?
am invoking my determination.
Okay.
Like, this will not stop my quest to get back in this lineup.
Okay.
Find more buttons to push.
It's someone who gets me.
You keep pushing the button until it doesn't do anything or it kills you. Well, it reminds me of that
us, too.
XKCD where it's like
That's science.
the button and it's like they go push the button and the lightning hits them and it's like normal person. Oh, okay, not gonna do that again. Scientist. I wonder if it does that every time.
Scientist. Lightning never strikes the same place twice.
That's right.
So it can't work again.
All right. I'm actually going to do a compel for you.
Yeah.
So, the wall where the golems came out of, you're starting to see some shiny bits pass through in some of the crack, like the divots that were formed. It wasn't just when they came out of the wall, they left holes into like another room.
So this is like a recess in the wall.
Well, yeah,
and
like
then right
imagine
behind it?
parts of the wall came away.
Uh-huh.
So you're seeing. So in the indentation of where these golems were, you can see another room filled with some other objects. So
Okay.
I'm invoking your what is it? The looking for your next big score.
Yep.
So do you accept the fate point and break off from the fight, or are you going to pay a fate point to counteract it?
Exactly.
Schrodinger's button.
Right. I'm not gonna break away just yet, but I'm gonna try to get.
All right,
Ensure
then
that
you're gonna
while
that
shooting.
you're gonna have to
rejected.
spend a fate point if you get a can't to avoid being lured away, basically.
Interesting. So you either gain one or you lose.
Correct.
Ah.
That's the compel. This is the GM basically the GM intrusion bid.
I'll get lured away.
Okay. You're seeing something mighty valuable heading over there. So the guy stops shooting and like I'm imagining you kind of like running past kind of this thing as it turns around and it's like So back over to Philip.
All right. I've just been slammed into a wall. That kind
Yep.
of sucks.
Yep.
How's your head feeling?
I'll let you know when I stop bleeding.
So you got a hole in the floor.
Hole in the
got-
floor, hole in the wall, hole in my head.
Yep.
Just one.
Just one. Just one extra.
All right.
All right. Let us.
And one is not being shot at anymore.
One is not being shot at anymore.
One currently has a Jason writing on it.
Okay. And I'm like, well,
You
that's
could
an
pilot that
interesting
into black
technique.
hole.
Are you yelling while you're writing this?
Yeehaw.
Do you- all right,
It's an
I
all-purpose
will.
catchphrase.
or yippee-ki-yay.
Yes.
Yippee-ki! All right, so I will go to help the scrawny guy,
Okay.
and I'm
Fitz?
gonna the scrawny guy, scrawny guy. I'm gonna
That's me.
help the noob, and I will.
Rock golems make a mysterious hole out of the wall towards who knows what. Thinks to self, I wonder if I get some treasure.
Yep.
Like a true adventurer.
Be right back, guys.
I want to. How? So my guy's like what, 6 footish,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. All right, how big are these things?
Like 8 feet tall.
These are 8 feet tall.
You
Okay,
got 2 feet
gotcha.
on you.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna go.
I know math.
Yay!
job.
Not all the
He
time.
he
though.
didn't roll a blank on his arithmetic score.
There we go. I will go for the one that Jenkins is attacking.
Okay.
Riding.
It's, sure. That's he's having a good old time with a piggyback ride, and I'm gonna go for this thing's knees
Okay.
just to.
Are you
get it
attacking?
Yes.
All right.
Do a fighty.
Alrighty, righty.
Right in
Is
the
this like a
knees.
grappling attack? Or?
Yes. Go for the knees. Maybe we can push it down that hole that's being created in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Is the hole still increasing, or is it?
No.
Ah.
All right. There you go.
Oh.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
I got a -2.
That's
My
he's-
overall is a +1.
Hey. You managed to win with that.
Oh no, I lied because that dice was in the corner. My overall is a 0, but I still
But I
win.
gotta you still win.
But I
so
still win.
All right, so you're shooting at its knees.
What? No, I
Oh.
dove for its knees to grab it and trip it up.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is currently falling down, Jason.
Jump off.
So what are you doing now?
So I take the hat off the top of my head and start waving it around.
He's got a hat now.
Okay.
Where'd you get the hat?
It's standard SG1, you know,
Oh, okay.
little,
The cap.
little ball cap.
He's got a cap. You gotta have a cap.
I
You know,
thought
so,
you,
you
I
know,
thought you
I
found
take
her
that
in
off,
this,
start waving
room.
it
No.
around.
You've
as-
got. You remember when Daniel was like first going to the thing? He's got the helmet,
Yeah.
Yes.
like the
Uh,
private helmet
The
kind
the,
of
the
thing.
Right.
full on like 20 pounds of Kevlar helmet. Yeah, that's
Yes.
what you got there.
So you're just hanging that
I'm-
around like.
I'm riding him all the way down to the ground. Just got shot. Is now being raped by a random dude. Golem B wanted to hug, but the doctor was annoyed by a ravaging rat.
Golem A just got shot now. So actually, no. Golem A is Golem A is now the one that is. Actually, he's just heading towards. I guess the where you're running.
He's
to.
probably
So
probably
if you
following you. 'cause
Golem B. Golem B is where all the awesome stuff is going
That's
on.
right.
Golumby is going down.
All right, so I'm gonna guess that's a defend. Because
I'm gonna-
you're defending this thing hitting. Or what are you trying to do here?
I'm-
Just riding it to
I'm
the
just
ground.
riding it to the ground.
All right, we're
and
gonna
then
say
I'll,
that's a defend.
I'll jump off when he hits the ground.
Okay, is that so?
Or, like,
Athletics.
I'll athletically roll off.
All right.
Do a dive and roll. Okay.
No, that.
So that's minus. So I got
A total. Give me your
total.
total.
total of 0.
I got a total of a 1.
So what happens to me?
So
No, you got a total of a 1.
No, because I got.
Yeah, your athletics is a +2, and you're
Oh, I didn't see
you're at
that.
a -1.
I did not see the plus.
The plus symbol.
The plus symbol
Yeah.
on over in that corner. So I'm at 1.
No,
I'm
he's
So
sorry.
Like, they
still
hide-
getting
they-
rolling blanks on them arithmetic
His
scores.
athletics is a
Right here.
+1,
Okay, and you rolled a what?
-1, so it's a 0.
So it's a 0.
Oh, that's an average. Okay, gotcha. So it's a 0. Sorry,
All right.
I'm drunk.
No.
2 points for graveling.
All right, so you got a +1, or I have a plus. I got a +1. So right now you're failing.
You should get a +2.
Take a +2.
But spend their points.
But you
Don't
got to
spend
tell
your
me
points
how those other guys being intimidated when you took out most of them.
yeah.
We took out. Wait.
He's talking about the free points.
The
though.
free
the
points over
free-
there. Yeah.
For it, like.
That's
an-
the catch. Is they're free
intimidate.
points, but they have to be. You have to be invoking that aspect.
Math is the language of the
Golem
universe.
A just saw me.
Math blank.
The way he rock rides is really
Just saw me,
intimidating,
like-
maybe.
Just saw me rock ride his buddy, and then waving my hat as he's falling to the ground.
You're footloose and
Uh,
fancy free on this one. All right, fine. I'll allow it.
The
All
way
right.
you rode that.
the way, yeah, my driving skill over that rock golem was pretty epic.
All right, so let's see, Golem.
Oh, cookies.
All right, so you're riding. Let's say it's Golem B.
Cookies, you're getting a -1 to your next roll.
Golem B is basically going flat, and you
Right.
just kind of tuck and roll and manage to roll off to the side.
All right.
All right. Let's go to the doctor. The doctor is ducked off to the side.
That was not what I expected.
Fits as a button.
What's
The button is gone.
Yes.
Just for reference, the button is gone.
what's down the hole?
Say lava.
Oh, okay. So what am I
Hot
gonna do?
liquid
I'm going
magma.
to-
Magma.
I'm going to try and wait. Where's that? Can I see what lore can do? Thank you. All right, I'm gonna try and create an advantage.
Okay.
For how to permanently deactivate, destroy these things.
Okay. We will say I'll roll against you on this.
All right.
I'm kind of you doing that for these.
All right, then I have a 3.
I had a -1. So I'm actually going to spend a fate point because they're basically giant rock golem things. There we go. What did you have?
3.
I have a 3. There's got to be some challenge.
All right, plus 2.
You ever
Alright.
have those things where the computer always cheats when you're, yeah, this is what's
Yes.
going on here. Yeah,
Hey, I have a limited fate pool.
You do have a
as
limited
well.
fate pool. All right, gotcha.
So,
It's more like a contusion. He'll live.
all right. So, what did you invoke when you did
I
your?
invoked the lore about the fact that
Because when you spent the fate point, you had to use an aspect.
I mean, this is basic science. You know, you learn about making creations and golems and
Gotcha.
stuff. There's the religious side. There's the mechanical side. There's the
The
What's
golems.
going
I
on
will
here?
say, unless you've got another way, you don't realize how to shut them down, but you do realize that there's a couple of statues that you could push down to maybe trip them up into said hole. So we will create, but we're going to create. We'll say fallen statues. All the shaking has knocked some stuff around. And you manage to roll fallen statues in a place
Key
where
places,
the key
yes.
places where they could be used to divert.
If we can get them to fall in the lava, that'll take care of them.
All right. Meanwhile,
Smart.
Meanwhile.
What are you doing?
so
Shiny. Over
Alec,
here.
as you managed to find a room that looks like it's got a bunch of gems in it.
And a loud voice comes from out of nowhere.
Touch nothing but the lamp.
Where's the lamp? How many gems? Like
How many?
How many?
How many gems?
How many gems?
There's,
are there?
we'll say it looks like a fruit basket. There's like it's on a pedestal also,
oh yeah.
but it looks like a fruit basket filled with various gems.
How heavy does it look?
Not that heavy.
On a pedestal?
Yep.
Well, like how big is the room? What's around it? Just anything?
We'll say
Is it as big as the room it just came from?
no. It's it's smaller.
Small.
It's like this is like a closet,
Okay.
A fruit closet.
a fruit closet.
I found their pantry.
Open up the closet.
Apparently, Jason, you need to
Hey.
give that golem your number after you rode it around town.
All right. No, I was really attracted to all this glitter, so I'll grab it
Okay.
and
You
try,
meant-
and try to run
Swiper, no
back.
swiping.
All right. You pick up the basket. You look. You see, there's a couple of It's almost like a collection of marble orbs that have different kind of swirling things kind of around them and different symbols in them. All right. I'm not going to make you roll for that. I'm just going to let you have it. Philip, back over to you.
Back over to me.
What's up?
All right, so this thing is on the ground.
Yep. You got one on the
And-
ground and one that is kind of looking at Alec over here.
Has that one followed me into that room?
No. It's kind of it's blocking your exit.
That's so
basically.
blasé.
Yeah, I wanted to be different. It's like a fruit basket. It's like a cornucopia.
Cornucopia of gems.
It's a
Plethora.
gymocopia.
So this thing hit the ground. Does it appear to be stunned or dazed in any way, or is it
On
trying
the
to get
ground,
right back?
it's trying to get back up.
It's trying to get right back up.
I didn't shatter its kneecaps.
Nope.
Okay.
Is it near the hole?
It's kind of. It fell away from the hole.
Oh.
It fell away from the hole. Okay. I am going to attempt to rip one of its legs off.
Okay. All right.
Why not?
Let's do this.
So I'm guessing that's a fight.
Yep.
All right, that's a fight. Round 7. Fight.
Oh.
I'll take it.
Take it down. That is down. But still, gotta stay down.
All right. I got a 0, so I'm gonna use another fate point.
I got 6.
You succeeded with style.
All right. This is now my new weapon for the rest of the campaign. All right. I
You
just
do
have a
manage-
golem leg.
You do manage to rip his leg off. All right, Jason. Visker's got a rock leg now. A battering ram.
He has 3 legs. Yep.
No.
No. You see, it's more like a baby's arm
Holding
holding an apple.
So we got
No, this is the same golem that was ridden.
Yeah, this is the
Golem,
this,
torture the
this
other
is the
one.
one that was ridden. It's now been tortured. The golems really haven't done anything. All right, Jason.
Let's see.
Ride the other one.
I mean, he probably does feel a little left out. I'm gonna go ahead and
You intimidated him, right?
I did a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and try and shoot at him
Okay.
with what I
Which
got.
one? The one that's on the ground?
The legless one.
Okay.
To make
Legolas.
No.
the legless, yes.
All right.
Yes, he definitely did get a leg up in that situation.
Ah.
So +3.
I had a +1. So I think it's. Is that a succeed with style?
No.
No. Okay, it's a +3 above.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you are all right. We'll say Gollum B is toast at this point.
All right.
All right. So back
Teamwork.
over
All
to
right.
the doctor.
The doctor is going to.
The doctor.
That's a rock solid assessment.
This is the rock holiday.
The doctor is going to pull
Sorry
out
yet.
her sidearm and try and lob a few shots at the thing to lure it, from the other side of the pit to lure it toward. her.
Okay. Provoke it, basically. Okay.
Like, hey, I pushed
Are
the
you
button.
are you using provoke or are you shooting?
I am going to use shoot.
Okay. All right, and you're attacking it basically.
Yes.
All right. All right.
-1.
I got a -2. I'm.
Do you have shoot on your list at all?
I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
use my last fate point to re-roll.
All right. He's got no more fate points.
We've worn him out. We can do
I got a 0.
Oh, darn you.
And I got a
Okay.
fruit basket.
6
Golems need some Rocky Road ice cream.
I love it.
All right.
Or a psychologist. We came out to surprise him and welcome him to our world.
I'm going to take the
One
fail.
rode me.
All right. Okay, so this thing was attacked. I will
My
say
buddy's leg got ripped off and then they killed him.
you manage. So you take the fail. It comes at you, and you take a punch right in the chest on this one, and you manage to. You're going to take a point of physical and mental stress.
Ooh.
The mental stress is right before the punch. And well, this is unfortunate.
But it was such a good plan.
And this was it. It was going through you as it's still heading towards. So this was you tried to get its attention. It just kind of went pow like that, and then now it's still looking at you at this one. It's kind of like balling up its fist at this point.
We just wanted to thank the
So it's
doctor
about-
for letting us out of the wall, and then this guy shot at me, and then they killed my friend. Okay,
And
this
then
is not
rode,
good.
They rode my friend
After violating him, right?
and ripped his leg off. All right, so this
Come on
thing's
out.
posed to attack you.
All right. Is there?
Is it posed or is it poised?
Ooh.
It depends.
Maybe it's posed as well as poised.
It wants his picture taken too. So, he's like
But
right
first,
outside the door. of
Let me
this
take a
room.
selfie.
Yep.
I can shoot while holding this basket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Your gun's like attached to. It's got a strap. You can.
You
One
can
hand.
Rambo it.
You can Rambo it.
I'll do that.
Yes.
Oh God! Let's look at you with a stone cold stare.
We need to get the chat onto stream too.
I know.
Just
Yes.
that would be great.
I need it. I know. I've got ways, but it would. Yeah.
You have vase.
We have ways of putting it on chat.
All right.
Roll them. What you got? What
4.
You got? What you
I
got?
add a -1.
4.
So you succeed with style.
It was already shot up.
It was already shot.
Has
This
some
is
holes.
this is the shot up one.
Mm-hmm.
So you managed to get blow completely through this.
Oh well, thanks, Alex. Now we feel bad.
I don't feel bad. I got a free ride.
I will say that you managed to blow a hole through it, and they end up falling and collapsing, and a
Okay.
couple its head goes rolling into the pit
Mm.
of lava,
Tink,
Yeah.
tink,
and it just cries. It looks up at you. It just cries, real tears.
Gollum
As it no, like real watery
Real-
tears.
Oh man.
As it just like melts away in the fire.
Poor
It has,
Alex-
it has its hand reaching up like Terminator style,
Yeah.
and it does like a thumb up.
Tobias is getting up from the fallen one, looks at Alec. You're my hero.
I'm staring at you while I'm holding the damn thing's leg.
That was productive.
Still only counts as one.
Just
So
throw
the-
it behind
the-
me.
the
I don't
pieces
care
of the
anymore.
golem don't actually reassemble to 1 or anything.
No.
So
It's now 2 small ones.
All of a sudden you hear a chirp over the radio. And it's like, hey, we managed to get away from the gate, but the gate's still pretty surrounded.
Shoot.
Oh,
we
our
we,
guys
can't,
are
we, can't,
back
we
there.
could use some backup over here.
We are having difficulties of our own. We will attempt to be with you momentarily.
At
Please
this point,
hold.
you think at this point you think you've got everything that you're going to get out of this ruin.
No more
Did
rooms.
you-
No more rooms.
No more
No
rooms.
more
Alright.
buttons.
did
or-
you find anything in there? Smart.
Maybe. I found a basket of fruit. No, they look like rocks.
Golem.
A basket of
I have the high ground, Golem. It's over. You underestimate my power. Phil, did you just hit yourself in the face with the mic?
No,
I was
excellent.
the
Let's get
hold
those
on.
into a
It's
bag.
11:59.
It's
Uh-oh.
11:59. It's 11:59, folks.
Here we go.
Are we ready for this?
Timer.
All right.
Why is everyone looking at their phone?
Because it's 11:59.
Are we
Because
counting
my
down?
clock
Is
has
that
the
it?
seconds going on it. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So what, like 30 seconds left?
Yeah,
25.
28, 27, 26, 25,
Oh, boy.
24, 23, 22, 21.
Thank you guys for joining in the chat.
Thanks you guys for joining in
Yeah.
the chat. Thanks for everyone.
I am the high ground.
We want to thank everyone who's watching in the stream and
So
not
that's,
in the chat.
10.
This
9,
has been a great
8,
2017.
7, 6,
and
5,
OCD
4,
and the Dirtbags are going to do
3,
even better in 2018.
1. And Happy New Year!
Dice drop! Dice drop! Drop them dice!
Dice dropped.
So Jason, what'd you do for New Year's? Oh, I
Hey.
wrote a golem.
Just because it's the new year, I'm not kissing you.
I'm not kissing. I wasn't looking
Good.
for it. My
Hey.
lips were not
Hey,
puckering.
hey,
My lips were
hey,
not puckering.
hey, hey, shh. Not gonna hurt you. Not gonna hurt.
Ew!
Get a room.
Oh, come on. There's the green.
There's the green room.
Ew.
Happy New
I'm gonna
Year.
have to call a cleaning crew in.
On the ceiling.
Everywhere.
Place looks like a Jackson Pollock.
Oh wow! I
painting.
said Happy New
You
Year,
have
and it a
issues.
bunch of like
Oh, went in the
Wow.
chat.
Fireworks, huh? Cool.
Cool.
in the no, I was texting Ashley.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, yeah, like
um,
in your message thread or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a chat.
He wants
So,
to
oh,
celebrate
excellent. Let's get those into a bag and see if we can recapture the situation out at our escape.
too. It sounds like they could use some help out there, right?
Yes. Do you intend to carry those around the entire time?
Maybe.
Wish the golems could enjoy this happy moment with us.
Come on,
What?
get the bag.
Oh, your bag. Okay, sure. Okay, there you go.
Well, you're the one who shoots the big gun. I'll carry the stuff.
Yeah, all right. I gave it to you already.
Okay.
All right, since Jason's got to go, we could wrap this
Yeah.
session up. Just saying that you managed to get it back through the gate and get back before things get shot up even worse.
How surrounded was it?
It was just a bunch of thugs.
Uh-huh.
The other guys were just they're just like the privates that just
That
couldn't
was
get it.
that was.
Well, if you come charging out, screaming like a
Keep
maniac,
screaming like that with the
Hold-
leg.
With the
yeah.
leg, right.
All right.
I mean, you already have intimidation
Brandishing
factor.
And
Yeah.
now, granted, the people who contact us over radio,
Remember,
that
you're a
was-
science expedition, so these are like the nobodies.
him.
yeah, we're a science expedition.
Right.
Those guys, they weren't even like third string. They were
Yeah.
like some lower B class
Red shirt.
seed team
Yeah.
that we pull people from. Yeah, these guys aren't. These guys were less than minor leagues. They were little league. Surrounding the gate, it was two guys.
Yep.
Minor league.
Minor leagues.
Hey,
I
hey,
took
would
down
that be
two.
because we're dealing with rock golems? Minor.
Ah.
I
They're
had
not
to make
even,
the
like-
joke before like a chat would.
It's a rock joke.
They're not even like 12 or 14.
This session was called "I Want to Rock," or Detroit Rock City, or
Yeah.
Oh!
Hang on.
What was it, a granite leg?
So the party
So
don't take them for
is a
granted.
button doctor, a madman, Trigger Happy Boy, and the rock rapist. Isn't the rock rapist the Trigger
Trigger
Happy Boy? Yeah.
yeah,
What was I, the madman, or?
yeah.
There's a
that's
madman. I
Who's the
mean,
madman?
Yeah, that could be a couple of people. in
That's
this party.
yeah. Er,
Madmen.
Ah. I just like I got to use my coins.
Evil coins. And the bottle cap.
Evil.
I'll take them for granted. So there you go. That was a poor attempt at fate.
That was
I
rather
I think
enjoyable.
Huh?
That was rather enjoyable.
That's
for
good.
Still fun.
That was
crazy
fun.
Shenanigans.
Because I don't I
Glad
don't
I
know
joined in.
the opposition piece. I don't know if I was doing right.
Mm.
But
you smacked me into a wall.
all right.
Oh right.
Just set this over here. So, well, we could. So Jason's got to go.
Yes.
So bye, JJ.
Get some rest. Take care of
Okay.
people.
I will
Alright.
be
I kind of gotta go too.
Oh,
around.
you kind of.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just. I know we said till 1, but we'll probably just go ahead and call it quits then, just so I could use
Oh,
some
that
sleep
was-
as well.
Sleep? Okay.
So.
We had to be
All right.
adults.
Thanks everyone for doing. Remember to go to lls.org and donate to help support leukemia and lymphoma. Great cause.
Yep.
And
Kill cancer.
Help
Hope-
support leukemia and lymphoma
Society.
research to
Yes.
like, cure it.
Well,
Okay.
not only research,
You're like he's like
Prevention.
Not just
Yeah.
spread it.
support lymphoma and
Cure.
leukemia,
I
guys.
said Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
No.
You didn't say society.
Oh, my bad.
Earlier he did.
Yeah, earlier you did. This time you didn't.
Oh yeah, and the
Chat was
chat's
yeah.
like
the chat is
chat
the chat
made
is
it.
great.
And not only do they do research, but they also help people that also because Randy's told me about this before. All the things
Yep.
that he helped for, like when he first got diagnosed.
Mm.
And
So
that,
That's
oh,
not
really?
good,
Yeah, no, that's a cause near and dear to me as well. So I'm really glad to be able to be a part of this.
yeah. So, anyways, thanks. Hope everyone has a good 2018.
Woohoo!
And we will see you guys some other time.
Be
Stay
sure to check
warm.
back regularly. Obsessive Comics Disorder on Facebook.
Yeah, subscribe
Subscribe to us on there.
and or follow us. I guess in Twitch it's follow.
On Twitch, it's follow. On Facebook, it's like.
Yeah.
Twitch.
You can also follow on
Okay.
Facebook.
You can also follow. That's right. You can follow it and not like it.
Subscribe,
Yeah.
You can like it and not
comment.
follow it.
Do
I
both.
like you, but not enough.
Not enough to follow.
Or I follow you, just not
That's
enough
right.
to like you.
See, that's when you're ashamed of it because no one can see what you follow. Everyone can see what you like.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thank you, chat room, for an awesome time.
Is that like a stalking kind of following?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Not trying to stop you.
Oh,